Welcome to Mental Models Daily, where we explore one mental model each day to help you elevate your daily decision-making. Today, we're diving into a cognitive bias that significantly influences our judgments and decisions, the halo effect. The halo effect is our tendency to let one positive trait of a person, product, or entity influence our overall evaluation of their other characteristics. It's like wearing rose-colored glasses that make everything about someone or something appear more favorable based on one standout quality. Understanding this bias is crucial because it can lead us to make poor decisions based on incomplete or skewed assessments. One of the most famous historical examples of the halo effect comes from a 1920 study by psychologist Edward Thorndike. He noticed that military officers who rated their subordinates tended to give similar scores across unrelated categories. If a soldier was well-dressed and had good posture, officers would also rate them higher in intelligence, leadership, and loyalty, even though these traits aren't necessarily connected. It's like assuming a well-dressed restaurant must have better tasting food, when in reality, appearance and taste are independent qualities. In the business world, Apple provides a perfect modern example of the halo effect. After the tremendous success of the iPod in 2001, consumers began viewing all Apple products more favorably. This positive association helped the company successfully launch the iPhone in 2007 and the iPad in 2010, even though these were entirely new product categories for Apple. The company's market value grew from $7.7 billion in 2001 to over $3 trillion by 2022. It's like having a hit song that makes fans automatically love everything else you release, regardless of its actual quality. Let's explore 3 ways to thoughtfully combat the halo effect in our daily lives. First, practice intentional separation of qualities when evaluating people or products. Don't let one positive attribute automatically influence your judgment of unrelated characteristics. It's like using a scorecard with separate columns for different attributes, ensuring each quality is evaluated independently. Second, seek out contrary evidence and alternative viewpoints before making important decisions. When you find yourself impressed by someone or something, actively look for potential drawbacks or limitations. It's like being a detective who gathers all the evidence, not just the obvious clues. Third, implement structured evaluation processes for important decisions. Create specific criteria and weight them appropriately before making judgments. It's like being a judge in a cooking competition who must score presentation, taste, and creativity separately, rather than letting one great aspect overshadow everything else. In conclusion, while the halo effect can simplify our decision-making process, it often leads to oversimplified or inaccurate judgments. By recognizing and actively working to counteract this bias, we can make more balanced and objective decisions. The key is to remember that excellence in one area doesn't automatically translate to excellence in all areas. Thank you for joining me today on Mental Models Daily. Until next time, may your judgments be clear and your decisions be free from unconscious bias. For more mental models, please visit mentalmodelsdaily.com or find us on X or Instagram. Our podcast music was provided by thepodcasthost.com and Alitu, the podcast maker. Find your own free podcast music over at thepodcasthost.com/freemusic.